Alright guys, this is my shop, what I call my shop. It's one wall of my parents' garage. I woke up this morning, didn't clean or organize anything, so what you're looking at is just realistically what things look like on a daily basis here. I figured it was worth showing you guys like how things actually are usually, and not trying to pretty everything up and make everything look super organized, because it's not. So yeah, this is a realistic shop tour. Let's get started. Starting at the far end, I have my chainsaw gear underneath my table saw. On top of my table saw, I keep the miter gauge, the angle cutty thing, push stick. Sometimes I keep the blade down if I feel like being safe. It's not always like that. Stud finders here from a previous project. Screen goes with the chainsaw stuff. Moving over here, we have my Harbor Freight belt sander. I love this thing. It's on top of a trash can, and then there's a door on top of the trash can. It's bolted to the door so it doesn't move super easily. I have the table back here. I hardly ever use it. Here I have some hacksaw blades bent into hooks. This is holding my power cords. This is holding my sanding belts. Nothing special there. These two tables are from the initial workbench that was here when I was born. Yeah, I have a little vise that I found in the trash here, a 2-inch vise. Use it for small projects. I used it before I got the big vise over here. I also got charging station for the weed whacker, a cup of water that's full of rust. And I have that's there for a reason. Whenever I'm using the belt sander, metal gets hot, I dip it in there and try not to spill it. Here's a bandsaw. Behind that is extra bandsaw blade hanging up on a thumbtack. Inside these drawers is just random stuff. Nails, picture hanging stuff. Yeah, I don't even know what all's in here. This is like a throw drawer, like a junk drawer. Same deal over here. I didn't even know we had that many nails. Yeah, just throw junk in here, basically. I don't use down here. That's just like car stuff. Yeah, oil, gas, fluids. Now, one thing I am pretty proud of in this shop, to save space, I have this shop vac hooked on the rafters. And I normally have it attached to my bandsaw. And you'll notice I have these strings coming down here. I just hooked those onto the power switch because I can't reach up there. So this is on, just yank that for off. Saves a lot of space, it's out of the way. It is a pain to change the bag, but that's just kind of the cost that I pay. I really like this setup. Moving over here, I have my big vise that I just bought, 4-inch Bessie. I got a drill bit marks back here. Very organized. Yeah, I don't know what these things are, but I keep them in there. Screw hole drill is what it says. Yeah, just drill stuff is in here. I also have this drill bit holder behind the drill press. Made this when I was younger. I hold on to it. I also got Harbor Freight set of drill bits back here, out of the way. Harbor Freight drill press. It's fine. It takes up space, but I moved it here because I used to have it over there, and I just didn't want to have it over there. Behind that, I made this little screwdriver and chisel holder out of a 2x4, just drilled holes in there. Holds, yeah, chisels and screwdrivers. I keep this guy back here. scraper blades on top of this electrical outlet. That's just where I put them. And underneath these shelves, I keep wire, Dremel, tape, stuff like that. I got a pencil holder drilled into the wall, that way it didn't take up space on my workbench. And yeah, drill, charging station, I just leave that there. Up on top of these shelves, I don't even know half of what's up there. The only thing that I use this up there is maybe a level, yeah, and that radio with a copper wire antenna that doesn't work. But I do use, I guess, the top of these shelves to hang hammers, and that carpenter's hatchet that I just rehandled, keeps them out of the way. And then I found this, I don't even know what you call it, the dot board. Keep my saws and stuff on there. Keep my Japanese handsaw that I made on a tack in the wall below there. Extra blades for the coping saw. I think that's it for what's on the wall. Let's get into these drawers. In drawer one, we have, this is honestly fairly clean. Just like grabbing stuff, pliers, vice grips, cat paw, knife, yeah, just grabbing stuff, and a tape measure. Let's take that out of there. Bottom left drawer I just have as a junk drawer. Yeah, just random stuff in there. This should go here. Top left drawer is for sandpaper. I used to have it organized with these cardboard dividers, coarse, medium, fine. I roughly follow that now. I also keep sanding belts because I don't like throwing them away. And down here I have chisels. Remember, always just keep your chisels kind of bunched together. That way they clang into each other and they keep each other sharp. That was a joke. My nicer chisels are in this thing. Dial caliper stuff. And gloves. Underneath the workbench, I got a mini lathe, lathe tools just scattered around here. Chisel that I picked up at an estate sale. I keep my oil in a ammo box for knife quenching. I have a spare Krog that I made. It was going to be a video and then I didn't feel like making the video. Yeah, just more sandpaper down there. On these shelves, I keep just safety glasses. Not sure what I used to keep there. Maybe this thing. That's fine. In here, got my angle grinder. This is all the like corded tools. Old saw, sander, jigsaw, super glue for some reason. Random screws, as you can see. This is like weed whacker stuff as well, and yep, random stuff. I also keep knives stuck in this crack just for easy use. It's probably not the safest thing, but I haven't had any problems with it. Here is a screw box that I got from my grandpa's house. Yep, just lots of random stuff in there. I keep all my Dremel tools in this little chunk of wood. Keeps them organized, and yeah. Now up on these shelves, I don't even want to tell you what's on that upper shelf. They're like guard heads and yeah, probably dead animals. I keep clamps around here clamped onto the 2x4s. I also have all my files stuck on nails. They're out of the way, keeps them from clanging into each other. I keep all my C-clamps on this piece of metal that I jammed into the wood. Jorgensen clamp. This shelf is just kind of chemicals, paints, garden stuff. WD-40, stain, yeah, random stuff. Shelf below that, I have little pieces of lumber, as well as lighters, draw knife, and those are all my rags. So that's kind of my wood shelf. Below that is my metal shelf. I just have assorted metal, lawnmower blades, 1095, I keep this mallet here for, that's just, it's home. And then my scrap metal box. Below that, I don't even use this shelf. Just kind of like cutting jigs, a bowl full of screws, and leather gloves that don't have their friends. Below that, I have my anvil stuff, anvils, hammers, blowtorch, a can or a bag of cans that I keep telling myself I'm going to melt, but I don't, so they just sit there. On the side of this shelf, I have a saw that I got in an estate sale. Also have these cheap files, Harbor Freight files, my apron that I hardly ever wear. Yeah, that's about it. So there's one kind of rule of thumb that I like to follow when designing stuff, putting stuff places, and that's keep as much stuff off the work surface as possible, unless it's a tool that needs a work surface like drill press, bandsaw, or belt sander. And everything that you saw here, where you saw it is where it lives most of the time. And that's convenient for me because when I'm building stuff, I know exactly where something is. When I'm cleaning this area after a project, I know where things go. So that's easy on me to build and to clean. Yeah. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video.